Today we're going to talk a little bit about K9 Ando with the LaGrange Police Department, whose end of watch was December 26, 2000. When we announced that we were going to have a K9 memorial at the Georgia Public Safety Training Center, several people reached out and they wanted to know each and every dog's story. So today we're going to talk a little bit about K9 Ando. He is the first K9 on our K9 memorial. So it was December 26 in the year 2000. LaGrange Police Department officers were patrolling the area that was known for drug activity. They observed the vehicle with no tags, and both occupants of the vehicle did not have their seatbelts on. When the officers tried to initiate a traffic stop, the vehicle fled, and then it ultimately ended into a dead-end road where both occupants left the vehicle on foot, running away from law enforcement officers. Officers did at that point in time was they set up a good perimeter around the woods. For those who don't know, the perimeter is basically just like a containment area, kind of like this. It's kind of block it off, make sure that the suspects don't get out of it. So according to reports, basically what happened was that they had a lack of manpower that evening, and they decided to have a good perimeter set up and send the handler in with his K9, but not have a cover officer with them on that specific evening. So K9 Ando was able to start a track on the driver, and they located a pair of jeans along the way, and the woods became very, very thick. Officers could hear a suspect about 50 yards in front of them. They kept giving them verbal warnings to stop, but they didn't. The handler decided to take his K9 off lead, meaning to take him off the leash and send him to try to go find the suspect. Due to the thickness of the woods, the K9 was not able to locate the suspect two of the times and got called back. So the K9 recalled back to the officer on two separate occasions. What the officer did at that time was he sent him out for a third time, and then was not able to get the K9 to come back. And through reading some of the reports, it kind of indicates that there were no sounds, there was no barking, there was no screaming, there was nothing. It just kind of went silent once he cut K9 Ando loose to go find the suspect for the third time in the woods. After a short period of time, since he couldn't get the K9 to come back, he notified the perimeter team that the K9 was out, still looking, and he called in other K9 handlers to help assist locate the K9. 3 other K9 handlers responded to the area. They searched the area for almost 6 hours looking for K9 Ando, and about 5 o'clock in the morning, the K9 handler was able to locate Ando in a creek bed, what was described as a creek bed, and ultimately was deceased due to drowning. Now in the immediate area, they found footprints, they found a beanie, they found some articles of clothing that matched the description of the driver from the vehicle. An investigation was launched, and they were able to identify a 22-year-old male who was identified as the suspect. When they located the suspect had multiple dog bites, what looked like dog bites and scratches on his body, but he refused to talk about the incident. Further investigation led that this suspect exchanged crack cocaine in order to borrow the vehicle and then fled on foot, and he was ultimately charged for the death of K9 Ando, which serves about a 5-year penalty. K9 Ando's body was located about 100 yards away from the last time that the handler saw Ando in the woods. Thank you to K9 Ando for his paying the ultimate sacrifice, for doing what he was trained to do, and we are honored to have him on our K9 in the line of duty death memorial at the Georgia Public Safety Training Center. Although this wasn't a fun video or something that we usually put out, it's important for us to remember the ultimate sacrifices that these K9s pay for us and what they do for us, and that they are here to protect us. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms. Together we're making a difference. We will see you next time.